So today we're going to be putting some dirt in some beds and doing some weeding. Tipper's still gone. Hopefully she'll get to come home soon. She's been gone a while, so we're kind of missing her. So we'll be glad when she gets back. We got a lot of weeding to do in these beds. I'm going to get that done first and then try to fill at least 3 of these beds with some compost. We got a lot of other beds we've got to do also. But we're going to concentrate on these 3 because they got the worst weeds in them, and we're going to see if we can get that done, and then we'll go from there. We got lots to do. This is just the beginning of it.
Absolutely. Let's do it. Pull some weeds.
Leave as much dirt as I can.
This is the next bed to weed, and it is full of chickweed. The chickens love this stuff, so we'll give some of it to them. This bed is kind of like a treasure hunt though, because when you get down in here, you see stuff that Mom has thrown in here to compost, so you just really never know what you're gonna find. I think that's another orange. I think that's an orange over there.
Alright, this is the first load of compost we're going to put in this bed, and I'm going to have to shovel it in because I can't really get the tractor up to it to where I can get squared up and dump it. It may take another bucket, I don't know. But I'm going to have to shovel this one. These other two beds I might be able to dump into and then just kind of spread it out with a shovel or a hoe or something. But this one I'm just going to have to do it the old way and do it with a shovel. That sure was a whole lot nicer than all the previous years of having to shovel a wheelbarrow full down there and push it up here and do it a wheelbarrow load at a time. That's enough to do the whole bed in one scoop, and I didn't even have to shovel it. So I like that way better.
Grape popsicle?
Yeah, I don't want the suntan.
I want the suntan. Suntan lotion popsicle. Coconut, to be exact. This is going to be our before lunch snack.
It's a little bit cool for a popsicle.
It really is.
It's in the 60s, which is about right.
Sure made it nice weather to work in.
Usually when we're doing this, it's 90 something.
Yeah.
Look.
You see Binks' tail, that's all you can see.
He's after something.
Looks like it.
I'm glad to have that done.
Mm-hmm.
My goodness, that's a whole lot easier than I've ever done it too. Should have bought a tractor 20 years ago.
Yeah. Makes it a lot easier.
Problem is, couldn't afford it 20 years ago.
That's true. Good things take time.
Yep.
I think Mom will be surprised when she comes back.
Yeah, she'll like that.
I think so.
We got quite a few more to do. I'm gonna put in these beds on the bank. I'm gonna probably put some of that topsoil that we've got on in it. Maybe a little of this compost. We'll just have to see how much we got left and how far it all goes, but they need some stuff in them.
Because there's compost in those from last year, right?
Yeah, compost and dirt and stuff, but I ain't gonna be able to reach them with a tractor, but I'll be able to get the bucket up there close enough to where I can shovel out of it like I did this bed over here. Goodness, that was a suicide mission there, wasn't it?
Binks just tore off as fast as he could and just dove straight down the bank. Gosh, I don't know what he's doing.
That compost does good in that stuff. Now that it's in there, now we can get in there and kind of mix it up with what dirt's in there.
Yeah.
And we do that every year, you know, and just keep mixing it in, and it just keeps enriching the soil. It does a good job.
It does.
I feel like we're about to get attacked.
Yeah, he's lurking. This compost definitely makes super great soil. Everything that we've ever grown in it has always really flourished.
Yeah. And tomatoes really do get in. That's what's going to be in that big bed. And then these other two little beds will have
Cucumbers?
Cucumbers and
Peppers.
probably a few peppers in them too.
And it's really cool how, was it last year or the year before, I guess, maybe? That, I got a spider on me. Maybe we'll get him back on the ground there. That y'all built the trellis over the beds there for the cucumbers?
Yeah, I think that was a couple of years ago. Once we found out they'd climb like they did, then I decided we'd just build that. And it works great.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of bent that one up a little bit with my tractor bucket, but
It's alright.
won't hurt it.
Nah.
Still better than wheelbarrow and shovel.
Oh, yeah. Dad said the gnats ain't bothered him, but they've been bothering me.
I'm the bee guy.
Yeah.
I walk around, bees just bounce off me.
Yeah. That's true. Maybe it's your hat brim. I don't know.
I don't know. So yeah, that tractor's a whole lot easier. That's the way to go. I'm glad we got it.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when we get down there in that big garden. But
Yeah.
I'll be tilling it here pretty quick. I'm gonna wait till right up time till we about ready to plant. That way I'm not tilling it more than one time. Since it's been turned, you know. I don't want to just keep tilling it. I'll get it all tilled in real good, and then we'll get it planted, and that's going to be here pretty quick in the next week and a half or so. It's according to how everything lines up with your mama being gone and all that, and how Granny's doing.
Yeah. But she's, you know, she's holding her own for the most part. It's just because she has that mechanical heart valve, blood can't be too thin, blood can't be too thick. And it's been that way, you know, for years since she's had the heart valve. And so they're just trying to get it to that magic sweet spot, and it's just hard. It just doesn't want to stay at the right level.
Yeah, with the cancer treatment she's had, it's kept those levels out of whack, and
Way out of whack.
They want to try to get them back as stable where they should be as possible, and they're just having trouble doing that.
Yeah. So hopefully they'll level out soon. But other than that, I think she's doing pretty good. And we again just appreciate y'all's prayers so much. I think that's why she's doing so good.
Right, absolutely.
Granny's tough, there ain't no doubt about that.
She sure is.
She's one tough lady.
Won't be long, there'll be tomatoes growing up all those panels. There'll be spinach growing up this big trellis. Does it come back on its own?
I think so.
I probably have to stop weed eating it then.
Yeah.
Because that's what I've been doing there. I thought she planted it every year, but then I got to thinking, I don't remember seeing her plant it. Not since the first time.
Now that it's well established, I think it comes back.
Well, I've been weed eating that right there, so I'm probably going to be in trouble for that.
If we stop weed eating it now, it'll probably still come back.
Well, it's just such a mess in there, such a tangle.
And then Katie's got like the passion flower vine, and that grows in there too, so.
Like Pap used to call it a tanglement.
Yeah.
That's what he'd call it.
Yeah. For sure. Do y'all know what you're going to put in some of the like smaller standalone beds that are in this other part of the yard?
I don't know. I figured I'd let the ramrod lady decide that.
Let her figure it out.
I've learned a long time ago. Don't get too far ahead of yourself, because you just have to redo it. So let her do all that figuring, and I'll do the mule part of it.
Yeah. That's funny. I don't know if that's a woman thing, being particular about stuff. Austin sometimes will kind of joke with me and be like, well, you know, let's just make a decision and do it. And I'm like, I need time to think about it. I am somewhat indecisive, but...
Yep. I don't necessarily know that it's a woman thing. It's a this family thing.
Yeah, maybe just unique to
I don't
this
know,
family.
Katie, she's not so much like, she's like me. She'll just, I mean, she'll make a life decision on the drop of a hat, like I do.
Yeah, she does. She's not indecisive. She'll just do it and go for it. I wish I was more like that.
But you and your mother, on the other hand,
We like to sit and think.
you're going to have to get a committee together to get this figured out.
Yeah. I gotta consult, like...
And then there'll be 4 or 5 amendments to it
Yeah.
as it's going.
Yeah. I don't know. Me and her are kind of like that, yeah. You and Katie aren't. That's part of why me and Katie balance each other out so well. It's because she's always just kind of been sort of fly by the seat of her pants, and I'm not. So she has enough of that I need, and then I have enough of the, I don't know, being more planned that she needs, and so we balance each other out in that sense.
Yep. I did see, dare I even say it, we ain't even planted down there yet, and I've already seen deer tracks in the big garden.
Yeah, you got the nets too.
So that's not good. But we're going to plant anyway, and then we'll
Take care of it from there.
make an executive decision about what to do about that as it's going. See, back in the day when we planted down there, the deer weren't this close.
No.
They were here, but you didn't see them not down around the houses like we do now.
You see people who have the huge fences. Well, it's essentially just like a cage. I mean, it's even got a top on it and a door. I think those are really cool, but I'm sure that would be expensive and frustrating to put up.
Yep, be hard to. I mean, you wouldn't be able to use a tractor around it or in it much.
Yeah, that would really limit you.
And I just got a brand new tractor, so I ain't doing none of that.
No.
May have to put a gun rack on my tractor.
Be ready at any moment.
Yeah.
To protect the garden at all costs.
Right.
I get it though, because there's nothing worse than putting in all the effort that it takes to grow food, and then in one day or one night, gone.
Yeah.
Just mowed down, it's done, it's over. So disheartening.
Yeah, that'd make me mad enough to say a bad word.
Yeah, it's not good. That's one thing I'm glad about me and Austin moving here. Cross my fingers, knock on wood. I don't think that there's the snail problem that we had at our old house. That remains to be seen, but that was our problem. Now, we had deer too, and deer would just walk up in the yard, but we had the snails, and they can just, I never knew really that snails were like that, but they just eat stuff in one night and it'd be
they're
gone.
hard on stuff.
And they're like nocturnal. You don't see them as much during the day, but if you go out at night with a flashlight,
they're everywhere.
You're like, whoa,
Yeah.
this is weird.
Yeah.
But I don't really think, I mean, y'all have never really had a problem with that here, so.
Not really. I mean, I've seen them a little bit, but not to the extent that they cause any damage much.
Yeah. I'd be glad to leave that behind. And we have so much more yard space to garden, and
Right.
so that's nice. It's flat. It's nice to have flat space.
Yeah, it is. You know, we ain't got much right here, but there is down there.
And what little y'all have, you had to grade out because there was no flat space.
Yeah, right here where we're sitting, back
Didn't
when
exist.
you were little bitty, this was woods.
Yeah.
I mean, they went right up to the side of the house and the end of the house, and then, I don't know, some point early 2000s, I kind of got the feeling Badgins didn't have nowhere to play, and I borrowed some money and had machines come in here and cut some trees out, and they spent about a week in here making what little bit of yard we got here, and there wasn't any of this garden stuff here then. And the only thing back here was a couple of swing sets. And then when y'all got big enough to outgrow those and you didn't play back here much, then we began to build beds and grow food back here.
Yeah.
And now we have this.
Now we have what we have now.
We have beds everywhere, which is
I,
good.
Yeah, I
Just
love.
a lot of work.
A lot of work, but it is funny to think about what it was like, because it was just bare. There was
Can't hardly remember it.
no, I mean, there was just nothing here, and it took years to grow grass.
It did. Used to just be mud back here.
It
and
just
then
was just a bunch of dirt, basically.
And then that hemlock tree right there. See how big it is? I've
Yeah,
planted
it's
that
huge.
thing twice. I dug it up on the mountain up here, and that used to be down here about where my tractor's sitting now. And when those guys were here doing this grading, I had them scoop it up and bring it up here, and we dug a hole and planted it right there, and that's where it's been ever since. It's been there for over 20 years.
Yeah.
But that thing was right above your house. That's where that thing was growing in that road bed. There's a bunch of them still there.
Yeah.
A bunch of small ones, and that's where I dug that thing from and brought it and planted it down there, and then ended up transplanting it again back here.
That's really cool.
It did. And that gives the chickens a little shade.
Yeah. And then several times it caught what did it catch, and we thought it was going to die?
That woolly adelgid, I think,
Yeah.
that whatever that stuff is,
Yeah, I thought it was a goner,
it was covered up in that stuff. It was white all over, and
but it made it.
you know, they made I don't even remember what it is, or they had some kind of treatment for it where you could spray,
Yeah.
and we never did any of it. We just figured it'll either live or die, and it lived, and now it don't have any of that.
No.
So it's in pretty good shape.
And it's about as tall as all the other trees around it.
It needs to be trimmed a little. It needs to have some of them forks trimmed off of it, but
Yeah.
I just never have done it.
I do remember, though, when it was, just little.
Yeah. I
That's-
like hemlock trees for some reason.
Yeah, I do too. They're really pretty. That's sweet.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we got to get a bed or two in your yard and get dirt in it.
That would be good.
And
I'm all for that.
get some stuff planted in it and kind of help you along this year. Next year you'll be able to go at it yourself, but
yeah,
this year we're going to help you a little.
Yeah. And I didn't want to do nothing too crazy with baby coming regardless, but it'd be cool to just maybe have like some potatoes, a few tomatoes, some flowers, just some simple stuff.
And in that big garden down there, anything you want out of it, whatever it's going to be primarily corn, but we'll probably save some space to, grow squash and
that'd be nice.
A few tomato plants and all that, and those can be for you and Austin.
That'd be good.
You come out the door and pick a ripe tomato, and an ear of corn and some squash.
Awesome.
That'll be good. Maybe even a little okra.
Austin,
much as he likes okra.
Yeah, Austin loves okra. He would love that for sure.
We'll try to make sure we get that done. There'll be a bunch of corn down there, but there'll also be some other stuff. I don't know what we're going to do about if we're going to do any beans down there or not.
I don't know.
We used to grow beans in that garden,
Yeah.
but what we've got up here
Suffices usually.
It's usually quite a bit, but we
Beans.
may end up growing one down there anyway. But the problem is, get all that growing. That's gonna be a lot of work.
That's the thing. Beans are a lot of work. It's a lot to tend to. It makes a lot of beans. You can can a lot, which is nice, but it's a lot to keep up with.
Yeah, it keeps you busy. But boy, it's
For
good.
sure. Oh yeah, it's so good. Well, should we sign off?
I guess it's past my lunchtime, and
Me
I've
too.
come unfed, of course, as usual.
This was a good pre-lunch snack, but now we need real lunch.
Yeah, I'm about to get hungry.
Me too. Need to go check on Katie and Ira and see what they're doing.
And Olive.
And Olive. And Binks. Binks, we already know. He's out here running around like a wild man.
Yeah, he pretty much takes care of himself.
He
except
does.
for the constant petting he requires. Other than that, he's
Pretty
off on his own
self-sufficient.
somewhere.
Yeah.
But he likes to be fooled with somehow or another by us anyway. He don't let nobody else fool with him.
No. He does. He likes to be petted and give attention. Or get attention.
Yep.
Well, I guess we're going to sign off of here. I'm excited about all the work we got done. I think Mom's going to be happy and surprised when she comes home.
Yeah. At least we got that much ahead.
Yeah.
She'll be disappointed that she didn't get to get in on it, but as the time is, it's got to get done.
Yeah, and it'll probably be a relief to her to just
Right.
have it done and ready, so then it's ready to plant.
We'll get this much done, then we can get everything done up here, and then we can concentrate on that big one down there and run back and forth between them.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yep.
We always appreciate it when you stop by and help us celebrate Appalachia. Okay, lunchtime. Gotta heave me off of this bench, it's too low. Like a chipmunk.
My tooth.
One tooth, just extra long.
Right, let's go find me something to eat.
Yeah.
And you too. And check on you vagrant sister.
Your little crazy baby.
Yep.